Stop recording button. Double tap to activate.
Hi! If you're returning here, thanks so much for choosing to come back and hang out with me. And if you're new, hi! My name's May. I love yarn, I love to knit and crochet, and I also happen to be visually impaired. So on my channel, I'm going to use my words, I'm going to describe things for the other visually impaired people. Well, tonight is April 14th. We're less than a week away from Easter. I'll probably upload this overnight. Hope it's posted tomorrow, Tuesday the 15th. And I'm not real organized yet, but it just occurred to me I should make an Easter basket. I just whipped one up this afternoon, and you know what? The only thing better than a pink Easter basket is a pink sparkly Easter basket. I don't know if you can see the sparkle and the glitter in this or not. I hope so. I hope it shines for you, because this has got shine in it. It's got some glitter. And if you're blind or visually impaired, it is a crocheted Easter basket in a light pastel pink with little bits of glitter and sparkle. It's got a little edging trim on it. It's got a little handle on it. And if you're wondering, what yarn is it, right? That's what everybody wants to know. I went with, let's see, I can't tell which way this, I think that's right. I went with Plymouth Yarn Encore Stars. It's acrylic and super washable and a little bit of oh gosh, I don't know what they did the sparkle with. I don't know if it's polyester or glitter or what, so I can't actually tell you, but it's not too much. Now, do I really need an Easter basket? No, it's just me. I don't really need Easter candy. Do I like Easter candy? Of course. I love peanut butter eggs, but I don't really need them right now. So I'm probably just going to use mine to, store yarn. I've got my extra leftover skeins of yarn. I'm just going to tuck them away in here. I love crocheted baskets, okay? Even if you're like, I don't need an Easter basket. I don't have children. My children are grown and don't have grandchildren. Baskets are super, super practical. Yeah, they are. And they're fun and they're easy. I just whipped this one up this afternoon. Super easy. Now, I did watch a few tutorials several months ago, probably about 6 months ago now. I watched some basket tutorials. Honestly, crochet baskets, they're easy. Well, I'll tell you the story. I mean, they're not and they are, okay? I'll tell you about that. But this one was super easy. I just went and made a magic ring, did 10, did 20, did 30, just increased in the typical way that you would work in the round till about 50 to 50. Then I did a crochet in the back loop, did 6 rows, a double crochet, took the top in just a little bit with some single crochet, and then I decided, why not go with a little decorative edging. So did some little chain loops in there, and then made a little handle. So I don't know if I like the placement of the handle. I don't know if I like the style of the handle. I'm still definitely playing around with handles for baskets, but I love them. They're super handy. You can have big ones, little ones all over the place. You don't have to put a handle on this like this at all. In fact, baskets are so easy. They're very beginner friendly that they're one of the first projects that I took on. Now, if you don't know yet, I'm so visually impaired that I really can't see the screen on my phone. Now, my sister did help me to learn how to crochet. She did. But we were just doing a dishcloth with single crochet, and she's my sister, so she kind of shows me the basics. But she grew up with me. She knows I just kind of figure stuff out on my own. So I was just doing some single crochet and made a dishcloth, and she went back to the East Coast. And, well, after she helped me with that, that was in the summer of 2023, and she tried to help me crochet numerous times over like a 30-year period. It was over a year later when I decided I was going to pick up crochet again in the summer of 2024, not even a year ago. And so she wasn't here to really help me and supervise me getting started on crochet again. But it was okay because I learned the motions. By then I knew the motions of how to make a chain, how to do the single crochet. Then I had YouTube and the internet. So I went on the internet, and that's where I learned how to do the double crochet. I was using my ears and I was listening to all kinds of great videos. Well, I can't actually see what's happening on the screen. So I thought I'd share with you my first basket attempts. These were made back last fall, probably September of last year. Do you notice any difference if you have some sight? Yeah, the one that I just made now is double crochets. They're a little tighter, they're a little more stacked up. And the one that I made before, it's a little looser, it's a little meshy, and the stitches are definitely in more of like a spiral. Okay, now that's not wrong. I mean, I got a basket, right? It's functional, it works, it's a little more open. But what I didn't know, I thought I was double crocheting. I did. And I was just listening with my ears. And when I was crocheting, I was going under all 3 loops of the stitch. If you don't know, a crochet stitch has 3 loops. It has 2 loops on the top. It's usually called your front loop and your back loop. And then it has something called the third loop or the back bump. And when I was working in the round, I didn't know that when you're just doing a double crochet, unless your pattern specifies or you're trying to do this spirally thing, this open mesh thing, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to go under all 3 loops. So that's what I was doing. I crocheted for months working under all 3 loops. Yeah, I mean, technically I learned it wrong. I did. Now, it wasn't for several months till I heard Glenda over at Creative Grandma and Crystal at Bag O' Day Crochet. Both of them said it. And it finally clicked. They said, you just want to work under the top 2 loops, the top 2 stitches. And it finally clicked. But I've been crocheting for literally months before I got that. Okay, I've got some green crochet, sparkly green. This is the same yarn but in green baskets here. This is a different style of basket. I did 2 little side handles. I made this other green one. This was kind of fun. I did a pipe cleaner. Sorry, words. Wow, a pipe cleaner and this one, which is fun too. I think the pipe cleaner handles are fun. I put a pipe cleaner in there and then I just single crocheted around it. I made it nice and tight. You get this cool little ruffle. I personally think these are fun and I think they're fine. If you want to do pipe cleaner handles, I say do it. But do watch the ends because I couldn't get quite one pipe cleaner because the basket's so wide to go around it. So I had to use 2 and twist them together. And that does mean that the wire of the inside of the pipe cleaner could potentially poke out. You could tape them down if you want. I think if it's just for yourself or for adults, that's fine. But if you were making an Easter basket, say for a small child, I probably wouldn't do the wire in the handle just in case it poked out at some point, right? You wouldn't want to give a gift to a child where they might get hurt or something. So that's just something to be mindful of. But I think for me, for my own little basket, I got this cute little ruffly handle. I don't think there's anything wrong with me putting a pipe cleaner in there as long as I know there's a wire in there that could come poking out at some time. So for this one, I just did like a little chain and then single crocheted up one side, around the end, back up the other side, sewed it on. No big deal, super easy, super quick. So that's what I did with that one. But these green sparkly baskets are the same as the first pink one. The first basket that I ever did was pink, and now these are the dark. It's a, by the way, if you're colorblind like myself, I'm completely colorblind if you don't know that. And so this green literally looks black to me. But it is supposed to be a really, really deep, dark forest green, which I love. I love really, really deep, dark greens. Um, so it's dark green and it's sparkly, but I made these baskets for Christmas gift baskets. I told my whole family, my mom and my dad and my sister, I was so excited. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I learned to crochet. I did it. Because my sister really has been trying to teach me for like 30 years, and I couldn't get past the dishcloth, okay? So when I did it, I was pretty proud, pretty excited, and I thought, I'm going to make them for Christmas this year. They're all getting gift baskets from me, and I'm going to make these little baskets and stick their little gifts in them and mail them off to them, right? I gave my mom and my dad theirs, asked them to mail my sisters to her. I was super proud. I was super excited. And then I found out later, well, I did give them baskets, but they weren't actually, I hadn't quite learned how to crochet. I mean, yes and no. So if you're learning to crochet by listening, if you're visually impaired and you are learning on the internet with YouTube tutorials, just know you don't want to go under all 3 loops unless the pattern specifies that. For just a standard double crochet, half double crochet, you just want to go under those top 2 loops, or you'll get baskets that look like my first ones. The bigger open mesh kind of spirally pattern. So yeah, and these were some of my practice. These 2 dark green ones were some of my practice ones that I was making. I was trying to just kind of, like I said, I watched a few tutorials and then I just kind of did my own thing. So these were some of my practice ones that I was making when I was trying to make baskets for my family. So I said just play around with baskets, right? I don't think there's really a formula. So, but I did get some of my basic knowledge of baskets from Krista at the Secret Yarnery, and she does have some great tutorials on baskets and Easter baskets. The only reason I didn't follow hers completely is she did hers, I think, with like 4 strands of yarn, and that's just too much for me to manage, okay? I did mine double stranded with 2. This is a number 4 weight yarn. It's a Plymouth Encore Stars. It's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. It's a good medium weight yarn. But if you want it real stiff to actually stand up for a basket, then you're going to want to double strand it. Like the first pink basket that I showed you that I made, this was made with a number 5 chunky. And it's also the Plymouth yarn. It's just not the stars. It's the Plymouth Encore Chunky as opposed to the Plymouth, which is number 5. Number 5 without the stars is what this one is. It's the Plymouth Encore Chunky, no stars, number 5. So I just use 1 strand. If you're doing with a number 5 or a number 6, I think 1 strand of yarn is just fine. But if you're working with a number 4 and you really want a nice stiff basket, I would say double strand it. I don't know if you can see it from there, but this one does stand up on its own. So the handle doesn't really stand up on its own, which is why I've been experimenting with the pipe cleaners. It doesn't quite give you that stiffness that you want. But I did learn, even though I didn't want to work with 4 strands of yarn, I can work with 2. They twist, they tangle. It's a little challenging for me. It's one more thing for me to keep track of and to feel. If you don't know, I crochet by feel. I got a couple videos on my channel about that, how to double crochet by feel. You know, I'm already having to feel my hook anyway, so it's just one more thing for me to keep track of. So I don't like to do a lot of double-stranded stuff, but the baskets, there, you can make one in a few hours. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that demanding of a project. It's simple, so I can do that. But Krista, I learned a lot, even though I didn't follow her exact pattern. I learned a lot. When she did her little tutorial, I learned about needing a stiff, scratchy yarn. If you have stiff, scratchy yarns that you're like, what in the world am I gonna do with this yarn? Well, baskets, they're perfect. I'm gonna be honest with you about the Plymouth Encore yarns. I bought the pink, the chunky for this first basket that I made that's in the spiral. I bought that for baby blankets. Now, I did make one baby blanket with it. I did. But it's really not the softest baby blanket yarn that in my opinion. I find it a little bit stiff. I find it a little bit scratchy. And I knew that there were much better baby blanket yarns out there, much softer. So I was looking at that yarn thinking, what in the world am I going to do with that now, right? Got this leftover yarn, don't want to make more blankets with it. And so when Krista said, you want to find, these are for your stiff, scratchy yarns, I was like, perfect, right? I got this stiff, scratchy yarn in my house, don't know what to do with it. Baskets. And she was totally right. So, like, if you inherited your grandma's red heart yarn from the 1970s, it's that acrylic stuff, and you're like, well, I don't want to get rid of it because it was grandma's, right? You've been keeping it for like 50 years or something, and you don't know what to do with it. These baskets are perfect. Perfect. No, I've been told Red Heart Super Savers come a long way. So I have to admit, I'm going to have to check it out again. I've heard that they've got it a lot softer, but I do remember my grandma's yarn from the 70s, and it was pretty stiff stuff. I mean, I still loved it. I thought it was cool. I was real fascinated with my grandma in crochet, but it was still pretty stiff, even 15 years ago. So, but I have heard that they've improved it tremendously. So I'm going to have to be fair sometime, find a good sale on it and get me some and really give it another try, because almost everybody said it's much softer now. But if you still have some of Grandma's old Red Heart Super Saver that you inherited from her and you're like, what am I going to do with it? Baskets are a great project. I learned that from Krista. That basket, you want those stiff yarns. You want the scratchy yarns, right? The ones that you don't want on your skin. They're not going to be a good scarf yarn or baby blanket yarn. These are great projects for them. And I also learned from her that, well, I've been knitting. If you don't know that, I've been knitting for years. And so, just like with knitting, with crochet, if you want a loose, drapey fabric, then you're going to up your needle size. You're going to up your hook size. Versus if you want a stiff, dense fabric, then you want to take that hook and needle size down. So that's what I did for the body with this is a double-stranded number 4. I just went with a number 6, a 6mm hook, so that this basket would be nice and stiff, so it would stand up. And then for the handle, I went with a 5.5mm hook. And you certainly don't have to put this little ruffle on. I thought it was cute. I don't know, it might make it harder for the basket to stand up. I thought it was decorative. I thought it was cute. But you do you. Nothing complicated about this. Maybe we'll even do a tutorial on this sometime. I don't think it's anything fancy. I think you could certainly Google Easter basket tutorials. Like I said, Krista's got some good ones. I just didn't want to mess with 4 strands of yarn on hers, but they are cute. They're very cute. So lots of people out there got baskets. I could probably do something on this one, but it's not complicated. There's lots and lots of baskets out there. So it is that time of year, and if it's not Easter, do it in any color you want. You want the bling? Get the bling. I don't know if the bling shows up in the pink as well. If it does in the dark green, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can see it. I don't know if it's silver or gold. I have forgotten, and I am colorblind, so I don't know if the sparkle's silver. I don't know if it's gold, but I can see that. Yes, I can. In the green, I can see the sparkle, and I love it. I love it. I get excited when I can actually see that kind of stuff. So, anyway, If you don't need an Easter basket, do you need a little project basket? I mean, you know you do, right? Project baskets. These are so handy. You can use them to like organize your meds and your pills and stuff on your dresser. I mean, I need to make some small little baskets for my dresser to be organized and some stuff. I'll be the first to tell you. I need to make some more baskets. So, anyways, I thought Easter was a great occasion for it. So let me know. Say hello in the comment section. Are you thinking about making an Easter basket? Have you made a basket before with crochet? Do you have a specific pattern do you like? Do you just kind of like to do it like me and work on the fly, design and create as you go? I think that's just the beauty of crochet, right? You can do so much with it. You can just sit down, start making loops and be like, no, I want to do it like that. I didn't even know for sure if this little decorative edge was going to turn out or not. I had no idea. I'm like, do I have the right stitches? Do I not? I didn't know. I was just playing. And that's the fun with yarn. You can just play with yarn, right? You can. Especially with crochet. Knitting's a little less forgiving. I'll be the first to admit that. But crochet is pretty forgiving. So, do you make baskets? Have you made them before? What do you use them for? Do you use them for gift baskets? My family's probably the green basket. They're probably going to get tired of gift baskets because I'll probably make them gift baskets every Christmas. I already told them this year. I'm like, if you don't want them, you can give them back because I'll definitely be using them around my place. So let me know if you've tried baskets before. Do you like to do, like for my handle, I just did in the pink sparkly one. And both the pink ones, actually. I just did a crochet chain, worked up one side down the other. Have you done them with the pipe cleaner handle before? Do you like that? Do you not like that? This other green one, I did 2 little side handles where you just like skip some stitches and you chain and you reconnect it. That's super simple too. So what types of handles do you like? I even did another style of basket at Christmas time where I did like these little chain handles but made them a lot shorter and did 2 and then just added those to the side. I gave that one to my mom for Christmas, okay? So she got that little side handle one. My dad got one like this with the chain handles. My sister got one with the pipe cleaner. I was trying out. I was so new to crochet and so excited. I was trying out all my different basket design ideas for my family. Yeah, they're going to be so tired. Christmas gift baskets, let me tell ya. I'll be crocheting up gift baskets for him every year. I'll be giving him Christmas presents in them. Yeah, I will. So, but they know. My sister can donate hers if she doesn't, or she can regift it, right? Got a coworker. She needs to bring him a gift. She can regift it. My mom can always give them back to me if she doesn't want it. So I think they're practical. I think they're fun. Let me know if you've made them. Let me know what you're doing for your handles. Let me know what yarns you're using for your baskets. Are you putting lids on yours? Are you doing decorative edges on yours? I love to talk this kind of stuff. I love to be creative. I love to find new ideas, new styles. All kinds of things. I've never done one of those scrap yarn baskets before. Have you seen those? Those look pretty fun. So I might have to try that one day. And whether or not you use it for Easter, that's up to you. But to me, it was a great occasion to get out some pink, sparkly yarn and play with it. It was the perfect occasion to put a little ruffle on a basket, right? Fun. So, anyways, I think that's all the basket stuff tonight. Let me know if you want a tutorial of this. I can try to work that up. Probably won't be on time for Easter, okay? I haven't made a tutorial yet, but I'm still trying to figure out how I can do it. As I said in a previous video, I don't know what colors show up on the screen. And I can't see when I'm filming. I did the videos on how to half double crochet and how to double crochet. And I can't actually see when I'm filming those to tell if I'm on camera or not. So yeah, so, I could probably show people how I made this one because it is pretty simple. But I just don't know for sure. But let me know if you're interested in something like that. It might be months. Don't hold your breath for this Easter. Maybe next Easter. but but you can also Google that. There's so many channels who have basket tutorials. So say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Do you crochet? Do you knit? Do you just like to talk yarn? Do you just like to look at yarn? Do you do other crafts? Let me know. And as always, right? Creativity is for everybody. Whether you see or you see like me, which is not too much, or you don't see at all. Creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or whatever it is that you do to express yourself, today is a great day to craft and create. And thanks so much for stopping by and choosing to spend a little bit of your day with me. Bye-bye for now.
Pause button.